according to some, doesn't even exist. Betty McGehee lives out in Leona Valley. She was one that also had a firearm pointed at her. She is 72 years old, in a wheelchair, and is suffering from, I believe, cancer. Betty, would you mind coming up to the front just briefly?
Go for it.
According to some, she doesn't even exist. Good evening, Betty. Would you like to tell us something about what happened to you? Karen, would you like to tell us what happened?
Well, for some reason, we had the N.A.T team at our house. I really don't know why. It was supposed to have been an anonymous complaint.
Louder.
But we've been there for, what, 60 years? And have never had a problem before, but now, you know, we've got a building there that's been there for 50 years that evidently has to be permitted. Betty bought the property with the building there, so we didn't know whether it was or wasn't. But the N.A.T team is telling us because there's nothing permitted on that piece of property that the building has to go. Well, they said if it was for agricultural, the building could stay there. Sheep on one side and hay on the other side, to me, is agricultural. So, you know, we're going to try and permit it, but the building's been there for 50 years. I don't understand why we have to go through this. But we do have an old chicken house on the building that is permitted. County couldn't find the permits, but when I went in, I was able to get a copy of the permits. We've got a couple of non-op vehicles. They're trying to tell us those have to leave. But I'm sorry, the amount of money that was spent to have that team come up to our house was absolutely ridiculous because we had about 24 people, 24 county employees that came up to our house.
Well, you guys look dangerous, you know.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, we had four code enforcement, four just people from the district attorney office. Two of them had handguns in their hands. One of them had a beanbag or powder gun or whatever it was. It was very intimidating, and I just don't understand why we had to have that type of force come up and scare the heck out of us. As you see, Betty's in no condition to be going through what we're having to go through right now. But they're insisting we have 30 days to get that building permitted that's been there for 50 years. And there are some metals and stuff that have to be moved. And I don't have the time dealing with Betty by myself to be able to do this in 30 days, and they will not compromise. So I don't know what we're going to be able to do, but you know, they say we're going to get fined and everything else. But
Was she the one that the officers pointed the handgun at?
yes.
Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you very much, Betty. And we wish